Max took Bradley off the chopping block and put on Lauren. And I voted to evict Thomas because literally, where has he been? What has he been doing? But I really, really want Lauren to stay because Lauren messaged me and was like, we're in it to win it. And I was like, yes, we totally are. Also, I already know Lauren, like outside of this whole thing, like I know her. But like they don't know that I know her. Especially since she lives in Canada right now, they would never know. So my goal is to like try to like establish strong ties to like her, Max, Shelby, and then if her, Max, Shelby, and I could like band together, I'm trying to establish some type of like core group to like go to the end.
Kind of curious about how the votes went down because I don't think I knew how they were going to go down at first. And also, I think it was just my group, the Fab 6 or Fab 5, it's supposed to be 6. We voted for Thomas, and everyone else voted out Thomas, and we voted for Thomas to stay. I think that was it. Anyways, yeah, and then now Thomas is out, so now it's Fab 5.
Another thing, I just want to go on record as saying that I would have never used the power veto on me, especially not twice in a row in the first 2 rounds of the game. Does it put a little bit of a target on me and Max Layton? Yeah, but I don't care. It'll be okay. I've decided I've started chatting with everybody again today, just seeing where everyone's head is at and what they're thinking about the game. Not a whole lot of interesting stuff going on. There's Bradley to the Maxes, which is a solid group if you ask me. I think that'll be pretty great. Sam wants to work with me and Max, Teddy, and I think that that'll be a solid group. And I think somewhere in the midst of that, with Bobby, of course, we'll find a big solid group with probably Lauren as well. Daniel's a wild card. I love Daniel, and I think he's great. And I think that working with him will be very beneficial. However, I don't think he's good to be, like, vocally working with in, like, what I'm trying to say. Like, for everyone in the house to know, just because he's talking so much and he's doing his Daniel thing, which I love, but I know other people might find it a little strange. So working with Daniel may be one of those quiet things that go on in the background until we don't need him anymore. I don't know. But not a whole lot else going on. Just trying to make some friends. Chandler has not said a word to me since getting pulled off the block and safe. I've kind of come to the conclusion that he may know what he's doing in this game, that he's probably watched a couple seasons of Big Brother. He's probably played a bunch of these org games or whatever. But yeah, the whole I'm putting you on the block because you didn't talk to me thing, it's a good first round strategy. It's also a good first round excuse. But we'll see what happens. Bye.
What an exciting first few days. I didn't get put on the block, which was an accomplishment. I won a pendant of life in the competition today. My number one ally, Bradley, got pulled off of the block in the veto, and no one knows that I'm really in an alliance with anyone. I'm very surprised. I'm very pleasantly surprised, but I'm very surprised that things are going this well so far. It makes me think like it's kind of too good to be true, but at the moment, I'm kind of doing great. Like, I don't think I have a target on my back, and it's just I'm excited. The one thing, I need Chandler out of this house as soon as Josh announced the winner, Chandler goes in the main chat and he's like, I didn't win the pendant, because he could only play for the pendant because he's outgoing HOH. He's like, I didn't win the pendant, so one of y'all must have felt safe enough to go for it. And I'm like, we cannot have that in the house. We cannot have somebody stirring up drama, and not just because it's me either, because just in the future, if he's gonna stir stuff up like that, no, cannot. So Chandler is now my target. I'm not gonna go around yelling that from the rafters, but I would like to see him gone. But so far, so good.
So a little more about me. I have been communicating with Sam and Shelby quite a bit. They seem like great people. We bounce ideas back and forth off of each other. I did get in a group with the other Max, Bradley, and I, and we're making a few moves and doing a few other things, making some plans. Have a great one.
All right, what's up, everyone? I'm going to go ahead and get this round started by getting my nominations in. So with that, the first person that I have nominated is Bobby. Bobby, you and I haven't really connected this game. We've said maybe 4 things to each other, and I just truly don't know where you stand. So that's why I'm putting you up. The second person that I am nominating is Bradley. Bradley, this is nothing personal. You are not my target this week. Just like last week, I'm sure if you are still on the block at the end of the round, the house would save you. I've given you both the opportunity to win in the veto, so good luck, and let's see how the round plays out. Thanks.
5 is still going strong, so that's me, Artesia, Sam, Jake, and Jennifer, while our group chat usually tends to be fairly quiet, which at first I was like, oh, are we going to stick together? Everyone seems to be very loyal, so I'm thrilled about that. Sam in that group won HOH today. Go Sam, that's awesome. It was a jigsaw puzzle. So Sam stayed true to the alliance and put up Bobby and Bradley, which, heck yeah, I want Bobby gone. I have not talked to him, which surprisingly, I've heard more than one people say they have not talked to Bobby, so I'm not really sure what he's doing game-wise, but you know, that's fine. I want him out, so hopefully he's gone tonight.
Hey everybody at the Big Brother household. I won veto again. That makes me the veto king. I'm doing it again. I'm saving Bradley. Good luck, everybody.
Okay, so Max has decided to use the power of veto on Bradley, and it is now my responsibility to name a replacement nominee. Obviously, this decision is not easy, but it does have to be made. The person that I'm putting up as a replacement nom hasn't really talked to me these last couple of days, and I'm not sure why. I feel like in these early stages of the game, communication is super, super important, and that's just been lacking between us. So with that, my replacement nominee is going to be Daniel. I wish you both the best of luck, and we'll see what happens at the end of the round. See ya.
My targets moving forward are definitely Bradley and Max Layton. Not so much Bradley being the target, but definitely Max Layton for being a physical threat. Because even if they aren't together, which I'm assuming they are, but even if they aren't, him saving Bradley twice wasn't smart, because now people are going to think they are.
With that being said, Artesia and I are still really close. Sam has proven to be, so far, a good ally. He told me he was going to put up Bobby, but wasn't sure about his other one. And so I did tell at least one other person that Sam had told me he knew who one of his nominees were, but not the name, because, man, I don't know if that was a test from Sam or not, but basically, I didn't want it to get out that I was the one who leaked Sam's plan and the name that he was going to put Bobby up and possibly throw something off to try and build the trust I have with Sam, but then also, like, I want Bobby gone, and I don't want to be a target for, like, spreading information or rumors that end up might being changed or anything. And so that's nice. And so Max L won the veto, who Max L, I'm still not completely sure of his standing in the house, aside from he's good friends with Bradley, which is fine, but Max L has started, he said he likes to talk to me and wants my opinion, so we've been talking a lot and strengthening that. And then even today he told me, hey, I won the veto, or I feel like I did. Turns out he did win, and then he told me essentially he was going to use it again on Bradley, and then how he was going to do his video dressed like the Tiger King, and that turned out to be true. So from, I guess, last night when I was down in the numbers, I feel like I'm in a really good spot in the house now.
Okay, so update. I am in the process of starting an alliance. I've talked to my main connections have been Shelby, Max, and Lauren. And so I had just mentioned to all of them whether or not they think an alliance of the four of us to just make sure that we have each other's backs would be smart, and they're all on board. But Max just mentioned adding Bradley, and I'm not sure that I feel like that might be overkill. 5 people is just a little overkill. But we're gonna see what happens. But we're in this. We've got alliances. I feel like, wow, where are the cameras? This is so fun.
Lauren and I had a good connection. We had talked about maybe extending that and making a larger group. She really likes Max, Teddy, and Bradley is what she had told me. And I said at that point, hey, I'm making a good connection with Max L. And so we decided to kind of sit on it. And I've been talking to Jayla off and on since day one. So this morning, following up and chatting with Jayla, she even mentioned, hey, why don't we make a group of 4? Heck yeah, I want another alliance. Let's do that. Why not? Who's going to turn that down? I do trust them. My only hesitation with them is they've said, besides me, the other closest allies are Max, Teddy, and Bradley. So together, the 5 of us have made the quintuplets after the Disney DCOM movie Quint. So we're the quintuplet alliance. I like Bradley and Max Teddy. I think they both can be assets, but they're also dangerous, and you can't let them get very far in the game. I mean, they've both made it to the end with Max winning. I mean, Max Teddy won out his season. Had he not won one of those comps he needed, he would have been out the door, and he dominated. So, yes, I want to work with Max, but I also realize I have to get him before he gets me. So I'm hoping that with the Fab 5 and now the quintuplets, that I'm kind of sitting, I think, in the middle of the house. So honestly, I don't want to win HOH.
I vote out Bobby.
Hey Josh, hey Steven. Just wanted to put my vote in. I vote to evict Daniel. I'm sorry, dude. You're a stronger player than Bobby, in my opinion. This is the way it's gotta go. Be pulling for you in the battle back, maybe.
Hello. I vote to evict Bobby. See ya.
I vote to evict Bobby.
I've been in this sweatshirt for literally every video, but whatever. I vote to evict Daniel.
I vote to evict Bobby.
I randomly generate a vote to evict Daniel.
Alright, so I'm choosing to vote out Bobby. I'm pretty sure Bobby and Daniel both voted me out last round. So whatever. But I'm hoping that I can leverage this with Daniel and work with him in the future. And yeah, I think it'll help me too with Sam, because Sam wants Bobby out for some reason. I'm happy to help him out and move on.
Okay, I'm taking a risk here trying to keep my cover intact because I really need this vote to come out 5-5. And then I can play it off like I voted both ways. So, here goes nothing. I am voting to evict Daniel.
What is up, guys? The votes are in. I'm talking quietly because my wife is asleep. The votes are in by a vote of 6-4. Bobby, you have been evicted from the Big Brother house.
And it was pretty easy who everybody was gonna, well, it wasn't easy, but for me, I knew what Sam's target was and what the Fab 5 was doing, so that's how I based my vote upon. And so Bobby went home.
Oh my goodness. That vote was so nerve-wracking. I hate lying. I like being loyal. This is so not in my nature. And if I don't stop, it's going to catch up to me and bite me in the butt. So in the next round or two, I'm going to have to pick a side because there is no way your girl can do this for a whole game. Not only will it get me eventually into trouble, I'm gonna goof up like I almost did tonight. Oh, I can't believe that worked out. 6-4. I needed a 5-5, but honestly, I'll take a 6-4 because the Quintuplets Alliance thinks I voted with them. That would be the 4. I hope they don't think I flipped. But then my Fab 5 thinks it was them. I voted with them. So, I mean, I can't keep doing this because otherwise people are going to talk to each other and figure it out. So this has got to stop, like, pronto. I just want an easy vote to buy me some time, and so I can figure out which side is going to be best for me moving forwards.
Okay. Different room, same sweatshirt. All right, so the vote tonight between Daniel and Bobby was 6 Daniel and 4 Bobby. So hear me out. We have an alliance of 5, which means there should have been 5 against 5, or like there should have been at least 5 votes for Daniel because that's who we all agreed to vote out. Well, it wasn't, which means one of us definitely voted the other way, and I think it was Shelby. Hear me out. Bradley was the one who brought up that Daniel was a threat, and so like it definitely wasn't Bradley because I can just 100% know that he didn't vote for Bobby. Max was like very vocal about the fact that he wanted it to be Daniel. I also said that I didn't trust Daniel and I thought it should be Daniel who gets voted out because he seems like he's going to be a threat in the long run. And that was what the whole conversation was about. And Lauren was like, good point, great, I'll do whatever the group does because that's the point of an alliance. And she did it. Who does that leave? Shelby. I've privately messaged Shelby because in the whole last like 5 minutes of our alliance chat about who we're going to vote for, she was like awfully quiet. And I was like, hey, like, what are you thinking? And she was like, I'll do Daniel if the group does Daniel. Well, I don't think that she did do Daniel because, like, right. Anyway, I'm not mad at it either way. Like, it's not the end of the world that Bobby's out. I just feel like he would have been more beneficial in the long run, whereas, like, Daniel definitely seems like a strong player that, like, would have been wise to get out early. But more than anything, I feel like it's just not great. It doesn't look great on an alliance. Not that anyone knows that we have it. That we are not in alliance on things, you know? So I'm trumping it up to like, we're working out the kinks of a new group and like, we'll get better group dynamics in the next one. But also, would love if like me or Max or someone would get HOH so that we can like start leading things and running things a little bit more smoothly. But, right? Like, everybody in the alliance should vote the same way. Like, am I tripping?
Hello, viewing party. Tonight was a weird vote, to say the least. It was not the vote that I expected because at least 2 people who I'm aligned with did not vote the same way as me. So like the result, I'm fine with Bobby going home. Like it wasn't my preference, but the fact that I was not on the right side of the vote today is a little bit concerning. I do have an alliance of 5 called the Quintuplets with Bradley, Lauren, Jayla, and Shelby, which I feel really good about. It's finally good to get something coalescing after kind of a few days of just everybody just feeling each other out and just seeing what's going to work. I think my main goal is still to get Chandler out. I also don't trust Sam. Sam has never really been forthright with information. I haven't really been forthright with information to him either, but it's just, I know he's very experienced at these types of games, and it could end poorly for me if he stays around long. So Chandler and Sam are kind of on my hit list. Hopefully I win. I've kind of been laying low so far, but I might like to get some power. We'll see. At least someone in my alliance, please. If the other Max won again, that would be pretty epic. And I wouldn't mind that either. So all in all, things are looking pretty good so far. I don't want to get too confident or safe, but I'm excited. The beginnings of my seasons have not been this smooth, so maybe it's a sign of turmoil to come. We shall see. But it's going to be fun either way.
So this round couldn't have gone more perfect. Sam winning, amazing. I got to sit and chill for a round. I got to, you know, make decent conversation with a few people that I haven't really talked game with or done anything with, so I think that's a plus. And me and Sam are now working with Chandler, which I think is awesome because Chandler's a freaking comp beast from past games. Hopefully that translates into this game as well. So I think I'm set up really good. There's still the threat of a potential all-girls alliance right now, because I definitely think the girls are probably in the best spots, considering it's going to be the two sides of returning guys and everybody else kind of clashing in the middle. And they're probably going to, you know, skate by, and I definitely think Shelby's kind of playing both sides. But I think that right now, with Bobby going home, it was definitely the best thing that could have happened this week. I got to vote in the majority, 6-4. So I'm happy. I'm assuming the 6 were the 4 of us in the Fab 5 Alliance, Chandler, and then Lauren? I don't know. But I've definitely moved to the strategy of definitely highlighting people's things in the game, like highlighting their own strengths to them, like telling Max Layton he's a threat and like a comp beast and that he's doing amazing. Maybe might click in his head, oh, maybe I should tone back and not win something if people are going to start calling me a comp beast. Or, you know, Bradley, me saying, wow, like I saved, like someone saved you twice, you're probably really social, yeah, that probably might get someone not to use the veto on him. Telling Daniel that there's 2 different sides, even though he tries to say that there isn't. That might get him to be like, oh, maybe there is, but I definitely want to keep Jake around. Like, just little things like that I can see myself doing to, you know, last another day. But I definitely want to win, because I really definitely think the key to survival in this game is going to be aligning with the right people to win HOH, because the second someone you don't want to win HOH wins HOH, one of my allies, or me, possibly, is going to go home. And I'm saving my pendants. I'm not going to spend those. I definitely want to steal a vote. I think that's definitely the biggest, especially considering how close these votes have been. So that's my game plan, but I got to get 2 more, or maybe 3 more. No, 2 more. I don't know. But that's the big ticket item that people want, because that can definitely shake things up.
This is so ridiculous. This whole game is wild. We have 2 alliances that don't trust each other at all. Those 2, none of those people will like go to the other side and maybe pull some people like a lot. What a mess. What a mess. Like, Lauren didn't vote with her own alliance. I don't know why, but fine. She's gonna use it to get favor with Daniel, and that's good. And she's not the one. And then Shelby gets the blame for all of it. Like, honestly, it's wild. It's wild. Shelby is the storyline of the season. I mean, hands down, she's the storyline of the season. Because she's playing the middle, and a lot of people know it. A lot of people don't trust her. And she's very similar to the spot that Mitchell was in last season. We've discussed this in the Facebook viewing party, where Mitchell was had his hands in a lot of pots, and eventually he had to smash one of the pots, so to speak, and he did. And I feel like that's coming for Shelby eventually. She's gonna have to stake her claim on a side, but I don't think it's gonna end well for Shelby. I think she's once again not going anywhere anytime soon, because people still need her on both sides. But she's playing the middle, and she knows it, and a lot of people know it, and it's not great for her. Steven said last episode that Jake is playing a great game. I really wanted to make sure that a lot of his confessional content got in this episode, because he really is playing a great game, and he's doing a lot well. And he's got power in his group, and I think that he would have some pull on the other side, and no one's really targeting him. Chandler is taking the heat from the other side, and I think Jake's in a good spot, and I really like his game. I love his social game, and I'm excited to see him potentially ramp up the competition side of it. Those are kind of the big... Max used the veto twice on Bradley now. Terrible decision. Bradley wasn't going anywhere. In fact, that would have probably been better for everyone if Bradley stayed on the block and Bobby just went home in a unanimous decision, because that's exactly what would have happened had he stayed on the block. But instead, it got messier, and you have, I guess, Max Layton to thank for that. So, hope you guys enjoy this episode. I know it's a little bit of a longer one, but there's a lot of good stuff in here, and a lot of stuff that's going to set us up for the long haul. So, thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying the season.
I don't even know where to start. I really don't. Bobby went home. That in a vacuum, that was a very easy vote. But it was anything but an easy vote, because these people don't know how to have an easy vote. And they don't know how to have an easy vote because they cannot work together. It is unbelievable. We had 2 different alliances of 5 that are formed right now. You have the Fab 5, who used to be the Solid 6 before Thomas got voted out because they had no ability to take one person from outside of their alliance to vote with them. And now you have the Quints, which is Max Teddy, Bradley, Jayla, Lauren, and Shelby. Shelby is in both alliances of 5 right now. But neither one of them, Lauren just jumped ship and voted against her alliance that was just formed for reasons I can't explain. And Shelby, after voting with the Solid 6 last week, voted against them. And so neither alliance was actually aligned. It's unbelievable. I have no idea how any of them are going to work together. There are so many other things to say, but that is the main takeaway from this episode is, my goodness, you guys need to find a way to start trusting each other and working together. Or, I mean, the chaos that's coming, I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.